I gained a revelation in my life. What happened was I had a very impactful life, but this video is for pure criticism of something I used to do in my past that defined why I needed to change to the maximum. When I grew up, I saw this play about Beauty and the Beast, and when the evil guy was taking the girl, I was all like, "You monkey! You little fucking monkey!" I was 10 years old pretending to be Frieza. My mom was in the movie theater, I kept on saying it over and over and over again. No one liked that guy in the play. A lot of people were thinking the same thing, but they were keeping it inside. That's not something you want to say out loud. That's what converts Lily when you try to go up against Chris. You're like, "I'll stomp on your feet." It ended up happening over time as I had my shit handed to me. I'm going to say later on in the video, it's actually a different context because that's scary if you do your research because if you go around the world. He just did one forward, but he hid in the cave from an ant hole. That means with common denominators, he's in one of the best positions. I grew up literally. Understand why that's bad. Then I made a Tyler Perry play about me and my mom. She was just like Chi-Chi. And we would go in and out with a 2 versus 8 concept. So I'm proving why this is frightening because he kept on revealing more areas every time she tried to enclose a statement. Like she tried to slap him a whole bunch of times and literally he grabbed her arm, literally went up, kicked her on the ear with his right leg. I'm showing you how things end up. And you can't always be like, "Oh, I'm a bitch." Because with Deborah you waited 2 months. You're actually using high doses of logic. Because you can't bounce Lily if you don't have feet in a fight. But anyway, Lily, through competition, through being envious and rejected, moving on obviously with physical strength. So the moral of the story is I used to be a morally gay person. I used to run from things, I was straight and hold on to my ideals. There's a mix-up and there's a conundrum in the middle. Because running away from Troy, Philly Boy, why I'm already run 8th, isn't bad because I already had that battle with Loki. So what you're not realizing is you're not using I'm a bitch in terms of logic. You add that and you're playing 1/8, and what people like Robert used to do, they would go low and then rise up. Then they'll call out the same position, like they call out, "I'm tired of your frosted white chicken" when he's white. They would make the same example, but they wouldn't match by tree. That happened all throughout, so what you call that is an oxymoron. A lot of years can go by literally without ignoring somebody's tree. And the best part about that is that you can make a world where you take over. Anyway, through getting better at gang, through getting better at life in general, is I recognize that, I won a tournament. I'm really good at, matching competitions. So what's the whole point of you trying to school somebody about being morally gay? He keeps on winning in competitions, putting himself out there. How can you be morally gay if you're a champion? There's a big moral behind the story because I became the strongest. And I became the best. How can somebody literally want a linear perspective that wants his character to be expressed? Because you do anything but personal and linear. "Oh, well, I'll put my twist and this and that in order to get that way because of sacrifice." Once I was in the street for so long, I thought about it after ruling the whole world. After recognizing that I got rejected, then came back, I became Vegeta. That's what happened. I won a tournament. I was the best at animation company. I waited people on radio and producers. What happened was I like Jason's shit. You know what being linear is? Jason likes linear because it makes sense. Then it ends up on a straight Lily. Look up at Jason Lily. What happened over time because I was super strong and I was the best in the world. I was the strongest Vin Diesel. Is I became Vegeta because of being adjacent. Now I know the exact opposite of adjacent is doing something amazing. So if you haven't figured out, Lily, me watching, movies like Treasure Planet, me liking all the, the odd characters that people want to pick, like, Jace from Dragon Ball Z because he's tight. What you don't know is I create a Ryan factor. The whole world where I know how to be straight. You don't know, Lily, Ryan was the big thing that grew up, Lily, after group home, Lily, where I got to party with my boys Max, Chance, and Matt. What Ryan is Lily, it's dancing with a whole bunch of girls, Lily, and you're in a group, and every dance move you do ends on a point. And I became Daru Ryan, Lily, after I started, fucking with Nikki and Amy. I turned was a morally gay rapper, Lily, into one of the strongest rappers like Biggie Smalls. Because what happens is, the normal person gets into that little stupid shit with your uncle. What happens when a company plays you, but this was extreme because I was literally the best in the world. On TV, Soulja Boy kiss you to your phone all throughout. Zac Pro Lobe, literally, that you have, literally, when you're a kid, I did shit with that 24/7. It was on some Olympic shit. That's the whole point in life. You're not supposed to pick, the guy from Treasure Planet. You're not supposed to pick Jace. You're supposed to pick somebody straight to survive, literally. So what happened was, literally, once I got in an adjacent position, I threw out this, I threw out Ryan, and I became Vegeta. Which was super different. My original character was a guy, danced for Yessie, literally. I got Alberto. See how that's completely straight? a documentary of this guy named Ryan Lily who fought somebody with autism. What happened was there was this girl named Katie, Lily Sewell's Golden. He was wearing a hat and he was flipping her over and over again. With his waist, Lily, he traumatized little Alex. It was sort of real some shady too. Alex kept on, looking up My Little Pony. Did he have an uncle named Larry? I did research on, figured out how this game works because I was confused. And Larry's a little linear guy with long nose, wears a pink flannel. Lily, I'm like, if he could beat him, why am I having such a hard time? And that's the story of the Alex for Ryan. My Ryan came after a time I didn't know how to do it. It's how I'm adjacently dealing with the problem. This is my new kingdom. The only morally gay guy that can get away with this straight. Something that I earned in life. I know it's way better to be Lily 2D and animated. That is literally what you missed.